Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel, I'm the Talking Dog Stitcher. You can find me here on YouTube, over on Instagram, and I also have my online shop, Talking Dog Stitchery, which I will link down below. This corner of the internet is all about cross stitch, and I just want to thank you all for joining me, whether you be returning, whether you be brand new. Thank you for cuddling up with me in my little corner of YouTube. So today is Thursday, 14th of November. It's Flosstube number 28, and I've not seen you for a couple of weeks. Last week, should have filmed on Thursday. I was in the depths of prepping for Floss Friends. I went to Floss Friends in Rotherham retreat. The weekend just gone. I was a vendor. I took the shop with me, so I had lots of packing, pricing, stickering, all of that fun stuff. So I had a brilliant time. I met some lovely people. I've picked up a few bits of haul. If you want a bit of a rundown of how the retreat looks, the hotel, things like that, Cross Stitch Bunny, Lauren, who was also there as a vendor, has done a lovely retreat recap video. So I will link her, I'll link that video down below. It was a really lovely watch, and it will give you a really good idea of what a retreat entails for Floss Friends. So definitely go and give that one a watch. I don't tend to do life updates in my videos, but I do have a little bit of an exception for you this week because I have a big life change. Life change is probably not the right terminology. There's a big change in my life happening. So as I mentioned, run Talking Dog Stitchery, the online needle workshop. I have been doing so since June. Started off with just a small selection of charts and accessories, things like that, and have been consistently getting more charts, more accessories, more designers, on and on and on, all the way through. And alongside that, I have 2 small children and a husband, and a house and pets, and all of the fun things that life throws at us as well, and also a part-time job. I work in accounts for a company based out of Doncaster, and last week I handed in my notice for that part-time job because I cannot keep doing that and keep the shop going at the rate that it's going and growing and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to say a huge thank you, because it would not be possible without all of you. I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I just wanted to pass on the amazing news that we are at a point where I can now quit my job. I only worked 16 hours a week, so we're not talking like I'm making millions and now, you know, making back the full-time job salary. It's nothing like that, but it is to the point now where those 3 extra days a week whilst my children are in school will be a game changer for getting the website consistently updated, getting all of the orders consistently out the way that I am doing, so on a every other day basis, getting to the post office, and yeah, getting everything updated is the main thing, because when I get an order in, I try and get it out as soon as possible, but because of that and having other things to do with my day, like my job, means that I like new charts that have come in maybe take a little bit of time to get onto the website because I've just not got the time to do it between order packing and my job. So yeah, having that extra time is going to be amazing. For I've got a full set of Classic Colourworks threads. I've had them for months. I've not had the chance to put them on the website yet. So yes, we're gonna have loads of time to do all of that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited, and I just want to pass on my massive thanks to all of you for making that happen for me. Here's to the future of Talking Dog Stitchery. Okay, stitching, that's what you're all here for. I have got some stitching to show you. I've got 1 new start, 0 finishes, and a handful of whips to show you. I have got some haul, like I mentioned, and the new section at the end, which a few of you have been really enjoying, is the designer spotlight, which is showcasing one of the designers that I have in the shop. And today's designer spotlight is going to be fine frog stitching. So if you're interested in that, stick around to the end and we'll go through some of the charts that I've got from them. Okay, let's get into it. My new start. I started this on the 1st of November. It is the new Secret Grove Stitch Along by Needle Lot Designs. If you have been here before, you know how much I love everything Iris does. I have a couple of her charts in my whip pile. I have a huge number of her charts in my stash. So when she said she was coming out with the sale, I signed up immediately. I didn't even need to see a sneak peek to know I was going to really enjoy it. I'm going to pop on the screen what the stitch along looks like so far. As we know so far, it is a secret, like I say, so the full image isn't available yet. Started on the 1st of November and I believe it's 3 weeks between releases. So I think the 21st of November will be the next one. So I've got another week to try and catch up. I have made a really good dent in it. So I will show you first all of the flosses. I'm keeping these on Sew Me Sarah floss drops that I received from her at Stitch in London a few weeks ago. Look at these beautiful bright colours. Lovely. So, where should I put those? Over there. And here we are. This is as far as I've got. It's being stitched on a piece of Pulse Stitches fabric in the colour Stormy Skies. It's a 32 count even weave. And it is showing up really true actually. There we go, look at that. I love this. So that's as far as we got on that. I have another week to try and catch up with the other branch of the tree, and I think there's 2 more of these over here, if my memory serves. And then the next release, I believe, will be getting the rest of the tree. And there are going to be a lot of animals on this chart, so we are told, which I'm very excited about because Iris does brilliant cross-stitch animals. It's living inside this. It is my birthday gift from my friend Cross Stitch Jess. These lovely steampunk bees and her little trademark asymmetric zip. She gave this to me at the weekend, so myself, Jess and Sophie the turtle were all sharing a room at the hotel where the retreat was being held, and when Sophie arrived this was on my bed having just been gifted to me, and I'm sure it nearly ended up like up her shirt so that she could take it because yeah, I think she's commissioned one from Jess. I think Jess has got a little bit more fabric so that she can make one because it's beautiful. Absolutely love it. After I finish this, there is a cross stitch chart that I've got in the shop that I might have to keep for myself. It's a Summer House Stitch Works Superior Bees. I'll pop a link for it back down below because it'll, yeah, so you can see how perfect it is for that. Is that normal? Do other people do that? Do you get a project bag and be like, I need to start something else so that I can put it in this bag? I don't think that's a normal thing to do. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's not, who knows. Okay, that was the new start. On to whips. So, in a Turtle Bay Stitches bag that I received at our little stitchy weekend in February, I have a chart that I fully kitted up while we were at Create Nostalgia. So this is Moonlight Visitor by Blackbird Designs. Picked this up at Create Nostalgia. I picked up all of the called for floss. It's on my Stitch in London cotton and clay floss ring. beautiful. Love this. All of the called for, I think they're all, there's a bit of gentle art, there's a bit of classic colourworks in there. And it's being stitched on a 40 count linen by, I think, Permin. Could be, yeah, Permin. We'll go with it. Put that behind there. There we go. No, that's not great, is it? Okay. It's quite a loose, it's quite a stiff fabric with quite a loose weave. The holes are quite big. So I don't love stitching on it. I will stitch on it, but it's not my favourite. So last time you saw this, I had already done all of the border and the moth. So what I've done this last week is the roof, and I brought the side down there. So not loads, but every stitch. If you've not been here before, it's kind of becoming my motto. Every stitch is a stitch closer to a finish, and I live by that. I'm very much a process stitcher, which I've said before, and by that I mean I stitch because I like to stitch. I like how it makes me feel. I like how it clears my head, and if I have something beautiful to hang on my wall afterwards, then that is a bonus. That is a lovely side effect of why I do the hobby. But the hobby itself, the stitching itself, is why I do it and why I love it. And why I have so many whips, to be fair, because I stitch on what I want to stitch on. I stitch on what's calling to me at a time. If it starts to feel like a chore, I'm not interested in it anymore, and I'll put it to one side. So when that happens, I can put it to one side, I can stitch on something else, and maybe it will call to me again and I can pick it back up. It is what it is. I'm happy with it, so that's all that matters. Anyway, after that tangent, my next whip. We've seen this many times. Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I'm stitching this with my friend Sherry, cross stitch Sherry, Just So Sherry. We started it on the 1st of July for Jolly July, with the intention of finishing it by the 1st of December. Now, didn't I say the date, the 14th of November? I've got 2 weeks to finish this off, because we've decided that on the 1st of December we're going to do a finish along. I don't know what that's going to look like. We might do it on a stitchy call or something like that, and finish it together. However, that relies on me actually finishing. So I've been behind quite a lot this year, in that July section took me into August, and then August section took me into September. I did manage to get caught up by the end of October, and this is a November section. Go sledding, believe. So, with that in mind, that is where we need to be at the end of this month, in 2 weeks' time. Here is where I am. So I have the rest of the snowman and his sled. The word sledding, I am going to be changing it. So I wouldn't call it sledding in the UK. I think I don't know if it's all over the UK, but I would call it sledging. So instead of this second D, I'm going to put in that G and move everything one stitch closer to the S to be able to fit it in, so that I can put the word sledging. Because it just makes more sense for me and my family and what we use. Anyway, the rest of the snowman, his sledge, the word sledging, the border, which is quite a chunky border this time round, and then the word believe. That is a lot for 2 weeks' time. So that is going to be my focus for a little while. While I was at the retreat, Sophie had brought her serger, so you've seen 2 sides of this overlocked. She did the other 2 sides for me. So now we are rainbows all around. It's a piece of 32 count linen in the colour Platinum from Zweigart, and yeah, here we are. I really struggled to get a hold of more copies of this for the shop, so if I do manage to get this finished, the chart will be a giveaway in my next... no, it's not going to take me a week to do it. It's probably going to... maybe the week after. 2 videos time, this might be a giveaway for the chart. So there we go. I'm doing okay. There's very, very minimal bits of snagging to do. By that I mean going back and filling in little bits. So what have we got that's missing? Snowman. He's got some buttons. He also needs some French knot eyes and some backstitching on his nose. The tree next to the snowman's got a single brown stitch for its trunk, like that. Single brown stitch. And then this snowman will also need eyes and a nose. Very minimal, which we'll go back and do at the end. We're enjoying this so much, we are actually already talking about doing autumn rules next year. So, watch this space. That lives in another cross-stitch Jess bag. Feels quite festive. And then I've got Jess Gets Stitching floss drops. I should say I'm using all the called for colours, but CXC, including the Gentle Arts Cranberry. If you are stitching it yourself, note to you, if you're doing 32, 2/2 on 32, you need 2 skeins of that. And I am switching, I think it's Cocoa. It calls for Weeks Dye Works Cocoa, and I'm just using the CXC equivalent because it's only used in like the trunks of trees and the dog and stuff. Anyway, put that away. I feel like I'm waffling. Next one I've worked on. I've put a couple of evenings into this because it's just one of those that I just really fancied working on. It's a big one. It's a really big one. This is my chatelaine that I started a couple of weeks ago. It lives on my Omanic very wide frame bars, which I watched Teresa Little Stitcher. She's got a video on her Omanic frame and a review and how it works and all that kind of stuff. So I watched that before ordering it, and it did sell it for me. And I ordered them on the Monday and they were here by the Thursday from Estonia, so not from a UK distributor or anything like that. So it was really, really quick. If you do get them, be aware that I was charged customs when they got UK side, so something to be aware of if you do decide to get yourself a set. So yes, the Omanic frame, very, very wide ones. And this is my chatelaine. Oh, I haven't, hang on, let me get the cover photo. This is my chatelaine. I'm doing the Poison Garden Mandala, which is based upon the Poison Gardens at Alnwick, which I visited not too long ago, which were fabulous, and I want to go back. We're stitching it on Vintage Grey from Zweigart in 32 count linen. Here is where we are. So, right, I am using both of my hands to hold this up, so bear with me. So, since you saw it last, how are we going to do this? Free up a hand. Ah! Oh, it's chaos. Look at this. Absolute chaos. Hang on. That kind of serves me right, doesn't it? For thinking I could be as graceful as Teresa when because she shows off hers on her bars, and you know, you can see everything, she can talk about it. I just cause chaos. So we've had to take it off the bars so that I could show you. Here we go. We're still not going to do grace. Right. Look at that. We can do it one-handed. Last time you saw it, I had done this middle bit already, and I'd done the Krynic on the outsides there. So I've obviously added in all of this around here. I've added in a lot of the over one stitching in the green colours. And then I'm a member of the Chatelaine Facebook group, the Chatelaine support group, and I saw someone who had been stitching this who had, because there's a big Swarovski like crystal flower to go in the middle, and with me using scroll bars I don't want to put that in because it won't roll into the scroll. So I've left that off, and someone on that group had stitched a little up arrow so that you can, because it's a mandala, it's the same all the way around every direction, and yeah, genius, stitch it an up arrow so I know which way up it is when I take it on and off my bars. So it's going to be big, it's going to be quite big. It is a slightly oversized piece of fabric, but it's just wide enough. So there we are. That is where we're at in my slightly chaotic way, the chatelaine of the Poison Garden mandala. Now, I need to show you, first of all, this is what is being kept in at the moment, which is a Ness's Craft Room bag. I am going to change how I store this, hopefully soon. So I got my kit, just the beads, from European Cross Stitch. I shall link below. They all of the Delica beads and things like that come packed. I had, I think, Lakeside Needlecraft and 123 Stitch for all of the treasure braid and the silk lame braid, all of the Rainbow Gallery stuff, some beautiful, beautiful, sparkly, pretty things, with a little, just on a floss ring with, that is from the Black Needle Society, a little bit of bling, serial starter. I was supposed to be having this as a New Year start, so yeah, I can't help myself. Serial starter. What was that? Gloriana Princess Pearl, which is comes like twisted up, and I've taken it off and cut it into lengths, and it's still very, very kinky, which I don't love. But there we go. Silk and colours, silk, and then a big bag of water lilies. Now, water lilies wasn't too bad. I've managed to get all of the water lilies that I need. However, Gloriana are a completely different thing. So I'm appealing for your help. If you know of anywhere, bearing in mind I've got a West End embroidery order on the way, which I managed to get 3 of the 5 that I need. So here's the list. Gloriana silk. So Deep Blue Sea I haven't been able to get anywhere, but it does give you a DMC substitute 3808, which is what I'm using, which is too many hands, which is this dark green here. I've just swapped it out. And then Delphinium, Monet's Pond Green and Aubergine I have managed to get from West End Embroidery. Bluegrass has no substitute. I have done all of the Googling to see if there's maybe it's not a solid colour, so it can't do a DMC substitute, so maybe there's an over dye, like a Cottage Garden or a Weeks Dye Works, something like that, to see if maybe there'd be a substitute in there. If either you have a skein of Bluegrass and are able to do a comparison for me to see what might be a good substitute, or if you know of a supplier that has Bluegrass in stock being the key point here, because I've tried everywhere. Everywhere I find it, I'll go into it, I'll click through all of the links, get to the page, and it's out of stock. If you know of anywhere that I can get a skein of Gloriana silk bluegrass, please point me in the direction. I will be your forever friend. I'll be so grateful, because it is in the over one stitching. It's in this bit. Where are we? Here. So it's kind of the next bit I want to get done, so that I can fill it in and work my way out. And I don't want to be stuck. I want to keep, you know, plugging away at it, because I am really enjoying stitching it. Okay. Now that my appeal has finished, let's move on, shall we? Right. Next thing I worked on is living in a project bag that I made myself. And I am stitching, I'll have to pop a picture up, by Flossabilities, Lauren, our lovely friend Lauren. It's the Halloween pillow. I'm stitching it with a skein of Be Stitch Me silk in the colour Gothic Romance, which I received from my Gothic Romance box from the Black Needle Society. I'm stitching it on 32 count linen in the colour Curtain Call by Lapin Loops, also from the Gothic Romance box from the Black Needle Society. And here, oh my god, here is where I'm up to. So I'd done most of this wolf last time, so I've just brought it down into the tombstones here, and as you can see, I've skipped one. What I think I'm going to do for each motif, look at that colour, it's coming up pretty true, to be fair. For each motif is take a section of it and make it a realistic colour. So for the tombstones, pick a really nice grey. For the skulls, where are we? For the skulls in this section, a white. The cat square has a little moon on it, so we'll put a moon, either a grey or a yellow, probably grey. Like, I think, where are I know what I'm doing, honestly. You'd think after over a year I knew what I was doing. Maybe a nice grey for all of them, actually. The skull would look good in grey, the tombstone in grey, the moon on the cat in grey. We could do a black bat. The sparkles on around the hat could be grey. The frame of the pumpkin could be grey. Or even just every other square have something grey. I reckon we could do it. Just to give it a little bit of pop. Now, like I say, at the retreat at the weekend, there were so many people stitching this, and also so many people who had a finish on this. Kayla and Lauren of Stitching with My Littly, they both were stitching this, and I think they both finished it at the retreat, so go and watch them as well. So yes, really happy with how the thread and that fabric are coming together. These little pillow charts are amazing for doing a bit of a stash dive. See what fun fabrics and fun threads you've got in your stash, and put them together. And what have you got? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. I don't know. Let's just pretend. Right. This one. Bear with me a second. I've got some stats I need to get you. Okay, I've gathered the stats. I have the pictures, so I'm going to enter them here. So this is Animal Panorama. It's a artwork by Adrian Chesterman, charted by Pain Free Crafts. It's a stitch count of 900 by 324, so it's massive. It's just shy of 300,000 stitches. I've started top left, so we are up here in the koala's ear, and out of interest the other day I opened up Stitch Pal. I'll pop a little clip of the icon. It's an app for, well, I've got it on Apple. I'm not sure if it's available on Android. You would have to double check that yourself. But essentially you can put in your charts, you can put in dates that you've worked and how many stitches you've done on each date, and it will show you how long you have left stitching it. So you can put in a date, a target date. It will tell you how many stitches per day you need to do to be able to reach that target, and conversely it will figure out how many stitches you are doing a day if you've got more than one project on the go, for example, like I do, where I'll pop in, whenever I pick it up, I pop in how many stitches I do. I looked at it the other day, and I'm going to have to pop it on the screen here, and it thinks I'm going to finish this chart in 21-23. I would be 134 years old. No. No, it's just not going to happen. I don't want to finish it at the age of 134. I want to finish it before I die. So with that newfound knowledge, it was obvious I had to pick it up. Now, I looked at this today to see where we're at, and over the past couple of weeks I have knocked 20 years off that estimate. So it's good, but it's still not great because I still need to live to 114, so I need to pick up the pace a little bit. At the moment I'm working at about 10 stitches a day. So as long as I keep, whenever I pick it up, as long as I'm doing more than 10 stitches per day, I will, 70 stitches a week. Pick it up once a week and do 100 stitches. It's better than where we're at currently. This is where we are at. We have done a fair amount since you last saw it. These are the ones that I'm working in the Royal Rose method. So this is the tower that I'm currently in now. So these are the threads that I'm currently trying to work in. And this is the end of the first page, and I believe it goes down to about here, maybe here. So we're at about a half of a page, and it's a 90-page project. Looking at my stitch count yesterday, I'm at, I think, 0.99%, so I'm very close to 1% finished. I started this, well, I don't even want to say when I started this, but yeah, 134 years is not a bad estimate based on how long I've had this going. So yes, this is where we're at. We are at the koala's ear, the side of its head. We've got some, you can see, like, this distance is just perfect for looking at it at, because you can see the branch and the leaves there, and the koala's ear looks amazing. Too close and you kind of lose the beauty of it. Here are, these are from Daria Makes. They are bobbin, parked thread organisers, bobbin winders. I have got some of these on the way from Daria Makes, who is based in Georgia, the country, and they'll be in the shop soon. Obviously not personalised, but I have got some of these on the way. They were kindly gifted to me, but I love them. I love them. As soon as my parcel arrives, there's going to be some more, and I'm going to put some on my other full coverage because they are just fabulous, especially for working the Royal Rose method. Any parking method, I reckon, would be brilliant for them, but especially this one where you've got threads going off in all different directions based on, what you're working on next and things. So my grime guard is a cute little Charmander grime guard from Jess Gets Stitching. We're going to keep plugging away at that. I'm not going to live until I'm 114 years old, so we need to keep plugging away at this one. But yeah, really enjoying it actually. I've got a couple of full coverages. This one's very confetti heavy. There's lots and lots and lots of different colours in each little tower that I'm working in. But my other full coverage that I haven't got out, recently is much more block colour, so they both bring their own joy to me in different ways depending on what mood I'm in for, and that's why I have all of these whips. That's why I have so many. They all scratch a certain itch. They all serve a different purpose in my stitchy enjoyment. There we go. Right, that is it. That is it for whips that I've worked on in the last couple of weeks. You may not be surprised to learn that I didn't do almost any stitching at retreat. I was very busy. Thank you to everyone who did shop with me and kept me so busy. Yeah, that's just the way it is, isn't it? So the next thing to go through with you is goodies that I've received. Most of them are from retreat, some of them are from the de-stash table, some of them are from the other wonderful vendors that were there, and I had a couple of deliveries for myself as well. So we'll start with the stuff I got from the de-stash table. Whenever I'm vending at retreat, I am much too busy to be going straight over to the de-stash table, but also I don't want to be the first to the de-stash table. I will be there sort of last thing on the first night. Just everyone else has had a go at picking through what they want. If there's anything left over that I can kind of scoop up, then that's when I will go over. And there is always still some gems on the table. Picked up a bit of washi tape. I've got some Book of Days coming, so they will, and I'm going to keep one for myself, so they will be put to very good use in my Book of Days. And I also picked up this is from Jess. As you can see, it is a started dimensions kit. It's got everything in it. Which way up is that? Horizontal. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, started kit. So I will take that on at some point. It's going to live in with my kitted stuff rather than my whip pile, because until I put my first stitch in it, it's not started in my mind. Yes, it's got all of the pre-sorted threads and everything with it. So very excited for that. I've always wanted to do one of these little cute small ones. I've got a big Dimensions Gold kit on the go, but it's a bit daunting, to be quite honest with you. I picked up this from Sarah. Now, I got a little bit of stick for picking this up. Okay, so it's full. It's the whole kit. I will probably, something that I haven't really done very much recently, or ever actually, is swap out the fabric, but I'll probably swap out the fabric. It's got all of the colours there, which I do believe I will need to sort. Now, if you've been here before, you know my oldest whip is from 2016, and it is a Winnie the Pooh limited edition cross stitch kit, and it's been going forever, and all I've got left to do is the tree in the background. And I brought this back to my table, and Jess and the turtle both went, "Are you serious? You're never going to start that. You're never going to finish it. You're going to be going through all of this. Oh, I don't want to stitch the tree again. I'll just start with the tree. It'll be fine." I've always had a Winnie the Pooh cross stitch on the go, and I don't know, maybe I don't want to finish it, not because I don't like stitching the green, but because it feels like, I don't know, I'm making stuff up. I'm making excuses now, but it's just so cute. So yes, I don't care. I'm having it, I'm keeping it, I'm going to enjoy it. Next was just a big 1 meter square cut of plain white Zweigart Ada in a 16 count. So I thought, either for swapping out for 14 counts in kits or for having a go at dyeing. Yeah, love a big piece of Ada. That was it for de-stash. Next was things at the vendors' tables. So my friend Sophie was there, Turtle Bay Stitches, Turtle Bay Textiles actually, she's now known as. So I have, come here, a couple of bits from her. So I've got a cute little Christmas vinyl front project bag. Isn't that cute? Love the red inside there. And a 10 by 13 project bag, and it comes with a little Ort catcher felt pad, so that you just pop your threads on there and it keeps hold of them. They don't end up on the back of your projects and all that kind of good stuff. Those two, and then she brought some fat quarter boxes, and they come just like this in a little box. How cute. She did have open ones on the top of the pile that you could have a good look at. So this is called On the Lake. Little frogs. Ducks and little rowing boats and things. Dragonflies, and then this lovely teal grunge fabric there, and then also berry patch, which will untape. Come on. And this one's got 5 inside it. Look at those. So I've got a couple of, one of the charts in my whip pile is one of the hands-on design, what are they called? Wait there. Sorry, it took me a minute there. One of the hands-on design berry basket, the strawberry one. So I think these would be beautiful if I didn't want to finish it as a berry. And or just as a bag to keep them in, because there are currently 3 berries in the series. So yeah, blueberry is one of them. Just so cute. In fact, raspberry, blackberry and blueberry are the 3 berry patch berries at the minute. How perfect would that be for something to keep them in? So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to fold that back up. Yeah, berry patch fat quarters. And then I went to go and see Lauren, Cross Stitch Bunny, and she had brought tons and tons of her fabrics. So first one I got is a 32 count linen. Is it named? It's not named. Let's see how. Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close. A fat quarter of, it's quite a grungy, greeny, swampy colour. Swampy doesn't sound like a very nice word. It doesn't feel like a very nice word for some fabric, but it is kind of swampy, which is brilliant. I love stitching on unusual colours. I don't think the neon serging is helping with the colour. There we go. Yeah, love that. And then she also stocks Fabric Flair fabrics. So excuse the wrinkling. I'll try and quiet it down for you. Right, they're all out of the bags. So yes, like I was saying, she stocks Fabric Flair fabrics, which are printed. So this is Autumn Splendor, 32 count even weave. Showing up a bit brighter than it is in real life. It's a little bit more muted. Yeah, no, I can't quite get it to show. It's a bit more muted than it's showing. Very, very autumnal. keep the labels with them so I know what they're all called. This one is Haunted Moon. This is also a 32 count even weave. And I have to check the size because I'm not entirely sure if this will fit. But I was thinking one of the Mirabilia Bewitching Pixies would be quite nice on there. I don't know if it's going to fit. I think it might be too small a piece for that to work. But I'm going to give it a go. And if not, I'm sure I'll find something else to stitch on it. And then finally, a massive, huge, gigantic piece. Let's see if I can find the label. This is Creation Sparkle. Now, I was speaking to Lauren about it, and this is one of the ones where she has actually designed the print. And as you can tell on the top, Creation by stitchbunny.co.uk. She has designed the print, sent it to Fabric Flair, and they've printed it. But it's all her creation. It is exclusive to her. Look at it. I can't get myself in the frame and show off all of the beauty in this, so I'm going to stand up and look. So many beautiful colours in that. It's a really big piece. Yeah. Right, now I'll sit back down. Now, when I picked this up, I thought, what am I going to stitch on that? And luckily, Lauren was right there and helped with Bella Filipinas. So, I picked up 2 Bellas with the intention of possibly stitching both on here. Fairy Iridescence. There was a finish of this on the finishes table, which I believe was stitched by Cross Stitch Mad Sarah, who is also on Flosstube, which I think would look, oh come on, this is what I mean. I need like an extra pair of hands. I think that would look pretty good on her. Such beautiful bright colours. And also Amihan, Deity of the Wind. Wonder if the windy wispy bits might get a little bit lost. Possibly, I don't know. I think that'll look amazing. So yes, printed fabric, Stitch Bunny shop is where you need to go. I need to fold this up, otherwise I'm never going to be able to fit it anywhere. It'd be like trying to wade through a pile of blankets to get out of this room. Okay, that was that. I saw Jess get stitching and picked up more of her clay floss drops. I love these. I love using these so much that I even looked into clay and making, just for myself, making clay floss drops for myself, and I decided that that was another hole that I did not need to climb into, because I might never escape. So I'm just gonna stick with buying them from Jess. Aren't they gorgeous? And there's 20 on this ring, so perfect for some of my bigger charts. There was Stitch-a-Majig. Stitch-a-Majig was there. Vinyl Print project bag, and what was her name? I can't remember. My brain's gone blank. There was someone stood next to the bags, which were all beautifully displayed on hangers on a rail, and someone needs to buy this. Someone needs to buy this. And I feel like I probably was the first person to walk up after she decided that someone needed to buy this bag, and I was like, oh, I will. I'm so easily swayed. So this is a vinyl front project bag from Stitch-a-Majig. It's got a lovely zipper pull made out of the same fabric and embroidered cranes on here. And as I was looking through, they are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. The Stitch-a-Majig bags are utterly gorgeous. However, a lot of them, they're all embroidered on the inside. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean. So, I bought this intending to store my peach cranes. Okay, perfect bag to match the project. However, as soon as I stick my project in there, you can't see the embroidery. So I love it, it's beautiful. I'm going to enjoy it knowing that there is a beautiful embroidered piece inside there. But I picked this one because it has also got beautiful, detailed, elaborate outside fabric. There were a few project bags there that had relatively plain, not plain, but not as exciting project patterned fabrics on the outside. And I wouldn't have picked one of those just because all of the fun stuff would be hidden. So yes, just my 2p's worth. There we go. We've got one of the project bags filled. So there's my Stitch-a-Majig project bag. Okay, last thing that I got from the retreat. So on day one we had a raffle. It was brilliant. There was 5 goodie bags. You won the raffle, you got the goodie bags, you had a rummage, you had some really lovely goodies. Day 2 there was a second raffle, and it was for a beautiful hardwood chest. It wasn't like a proper DMC chest or anything, but it was just a big chest, and it was full of threads, all bobbinated, all organised. And I thought, A, the chest is beautiful. I've got a space for that in my house. I could find somewhere. The chest is beautiful. And also in the bottom drawer was a bit of thread conditioner. There was a neck magnifying glass and a DMC colour card. And I thought, well, if I win it, and I did buy raffle tickets, trust me, I did buy raffle tickets. If I win it, I'll keep the chest. I'll keep the goodies in the bottom drawer, but I'm not interested in the threads. You know, I've got a shop. I've got threads coming out my ears, so someone else in the room can have the threads. But I want the chest and I want the colour card. Now, sadly, I did not win the chest. That went home, well, it was actually won by Cross Stitch Sarah, who gifted it to her daughter-in-law, Bethany. And I just so happened to be leaving at the same time that Bethany was grabbing the trolley it was because it's heavy. This chest was heavy, to transport this chest downstairs. And I just said to her, oh, you're so lucky. Like, hopefully you've got somewhere to put it. Isn't it a great piece? That's a beautiful piece of furniture. I'm not jealous about the threads, but I'm jealous about the chest and your new DMC colour card. She went, oh, well, I've already got a colour card at home. Do you want it? Yes, please. Yes, I do. So thank you so much, Bethany, for gifting me this out of your raffle win. It is the old one, so it doesn't have the new colours 1 to 35, but it is the real thread DMC colour card. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that got to come home with me. So that was my final goodie from the retreat. Next, last bit of haul before I go on to a little bit of plans and the designer showcase is myself and some friends went in on an order from Owl Forest Embroidery. They are based in Russia, so it does mean that the shipping can be quite expensive. It's about £25 just to get it over, which between 4 of us worked out relatively cheaply, but you know, on your own it's a bit steep. So yeah, myself and 3 other friends went in on an Owl Forest Embroidery order so that we could split the shipping, and then we all got what we wanted. So here are the things that I got. Now it is just thread packs because I order the PDF of the charts, so I'll pop pictures somewhere of what the charts themselves will look like. So I've got the thread for Love for All Seasons. Let's put this over here so you can see the, cover my face, so you can see the chart. Love for All Seasons, Pumpkin Carriage, which is a freebie chart, Pumpkin Porridge, which just looks fab. I cannot wait to stitch on that one. Silver Hoof Frost, and Emerald City, which I saw finished at a Floss Friends retreat. I saw it on the finish table and I wanted to stitch it ever since then, and when we went in on this order I was like, yes, I'm going to get it now, I'm going to get it. And then it occurred to me that the new Wicked film's coming out. So I say it occurred to me, someone pointed it out to me that that's why everyone wants it. So beautiful threads. The Emerald City chart is a free chart on the Owl Forest Embroidery website. So if you wanted to kit it up yourself without using the over-dyed threads from Owl Forest, you could, it's free. Head on over there. So yeah, very excited for that. I don't know about you guys, I only just found out that the Wicked film is like a part 1 and there's going to be a part 2. So that always really puts me off seeing anything because I'm just too impatient. I'm very much a binge watcher. So I think I'm just going to give it a pass until part 2 comes out, and then watch both parts together. I don't know, anyone else like me who kind of, it just feels like I'm finished. I leave the theatre, the cinema, feeling really unsatisfied. Is that just me? I don't know. Anyway, so plans. I don't tend to have a lot of plans, but I do have a few deadlines that I would like to hit. So plans wise, I will be doing Secret Grove Sal. I'll be trying to get that caught up before the next release on the 21st of November. Second plan is Christmas Rules. I want to get that finished by the 30th of November, ready to finish along with Sherry starting the 1st of December. That is my next plan. And then my final plan is a new year start. So I was contacted by the Historical Sampler Company, who have asked me if I would do their stitch along with them, which starts 1st of January 2025. I'll pop some pictures of the sneak peeks in. So that I've got the stitch along, I've got the kit. So you can get just PDFs. They also do gift boxes, which look amazing. So head over to the website, I'll pop a link down below. And yeah, can't wait. I cannot wait to stitch that. I think they started sending out, the pre-orders are already open, so head over to the link. I think they've already started sending out some of the kits, so I'm looking forward to see what arrives, see the lovely colours, and yeah, I'm looking forward to stitching that. So that is it. That's it for plans. We are, I don't know, I feel like we're putting quite a lot on me, putting quite a lot on myself to get done, because I don't tend to be one of those people that if you tell me to do something, I don't want to do it, even if it's me telling myself that I need to do it. I'm not very good at being told what to do. But we'll try and get those done. Yeah, I love it. I love my stitching, and I'm really enjoying the stitching that I've got in my pile at the moment. So yeah, right. If you're only here for my stitching, it has been absolutely wonderful spending time with you. Thank you so much for watching. If you are sticking around for the designer showcase, I will be back in just a moment. Okay, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this week's designer spotlight is on Fine Frog Stitching. The artist behind Fine Frog Stitching is Steph, and I got my first lot of patterns from her after Needlework Marketplace this year. So we have 8 charts at the moment. I do know that there is a year-end magic selection on its way out to us very, very soon, which are beautiful. So there will be 12 charts very soon. And when I tell you that these went down a storm at retreat this past weekend, there is no exaggeration there. Everyone kind of loved these charts. So first up, we're very festive and wintry at the moment. Winter toadstool frog with his little knit hat on top of his head. Owl Keeper, which is the Needlework Marketplace release. Winter Night Watcher. Candlelight Keeper. I love this one. Yule Wreath Advert. Yule Wreaths, freshly hand cut for optimal holiday cheer. Night Guide Cat. Badger Gentleman. He was really popular. Isn't he just so dapper? He was really popular for Needlework Marketplace pre-orders. Cannot wait to see some of these start getting stitched up. And another Needlework Marketplace. $2 tea readings. Tea readings 30 minutes for $2. Biscuits 50 cents. Look at the little cat at the top, peering over the cup. Oh, I've just seen another birthday gift hiding on the floor from Jess. Look. Isn't it fab? I couldn't let the video end without bringing this one out to show you. I just love that. Oh, thank you, Jess. And that's it. All we've got to show you. I will be bringing some more. If you've got a designer that's in the shop that you would like to have a little flash through of their designs, pop it in the comments down below to let me know which ones I should bring out for the designer spotlight, because I have plenty to choose from. So might make the video a bit longer depending on who you choose, but yes. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for visiting with me. I will be back next Thursday with another update, hopefully with lots and lots of stitching to show you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.